Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Q-tip, my friends, a quick tip. And this is the quickest of quick tips because it has to do with leaving cap. It has to do with leaving cap. And I think mines may be one of the most important maps, although all of them are somewhat important. Have a consideration for where you think your tanks are going, where you are sitting in the spawn, what you are planning on doing, and where you are planning on going. Take all that into account. For example, we are on mines. And as we all know, one of the main things people try to do on mines is get up the hill. Now, we can argue about whether that's a great idea or bad idea. You also want to take a look at the team setup on whether it's a good idea for your team, and then take a look at your tank. So I'm driving my rental Object 283. It's not particularly fast. It's okay, but it's not fast. We have a Barask that's right next to me. We have a Char Footer, and there's a Char MLE 75. So if I'm looking at the fast tanks who can get up the hill, ours are the Char Futur, the Char MLE, and the Barask, which is down at tier 8. All right, and those guys happen to be very close to me right here. They're all in my general area, but I'm out in front right there, okay? The enemy team's got 2 Chars and an MLE, a 44, a 59, so quite a few fast tanks that will also be trying to take on the hill. My plan is not to try to go up the hill. I'm going to let the smaller tanks do that. I'm just a little too slow. And by the time I turn the corner, their bigger guns will be ready and set to shoot me in the side. So that's not for me, at least not immediately. My plan is I'm going over to this position over here at about G4 or 5, okay, right there, and shoot them in the side. I'm fast enough to get there that any of their slower tail end Charlies or heavies that decide they want to make that move can be shot in the side. With that being said, I know probably my fast tanks are going to want to get up there, and right now for the Barask and the Char, and potentially the Char Future 4, this little opening right here is their best bet, their most direct route to get there and get up the hill. So if I want that to happen, I need to not jam my tank in there, bump into them, and cause them to slow down. I need them to get there because they're going to light guys. They're going to take shots potentially that might come to me if there's a loaded gun as they go up the hill. And then I'm going to support them as they do that. Maybe I get a track. Maybe I get some damage out of these guys. So all of that's going through my mind as I'm watching the timer go down. And I'll show you what I do here. So we're looking at it. I'm thinking about all this, looking at the 3 tanks that are next to me, looking at what's going on both teams. It takes me about that long to think about it. I've made my decision. I'm going to that spot, like I said, over here to G4 or 5. I'm going to support the guys going up the hill, and then we will relocate from there. Can I make it up the hill later? Great, because the hill is important, but I'm just not that guy that's going to be able to get up there with these guys. So what am I going to do? I'm going to let them go. I'll move a little bit, and stop, boom, off we go. Just like that. Now I'm headed for my spot. They're headed up the hill. Quite unfortunate, our Char Future 4 did not go up the hill. He actually goes over there, which is, I don't know. The West is okay if you do something with it. The problem is later in the game, I realize he's been firing HE. So, no help there. There goes the Char MLE. He gets up there. Their Char's not reloaded, I'll tell you that much for nothing. Our Barask goes. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Boom, and we get a shot. All right, and the Barask actually stopped. I think he'd have taken multiple hits going up there. The MLE does a nice job. He takes out a couple of those guys. I think the Barask moves up there, but they do eventually get the hill. But as far as initial plan and execution, there you go. You will notice that 2/3 of my team camps. We lose this. I do 2,900 damage in my rental. Top on the team. Blah, blah. Yeah, great. Good job in the loss. All right. But we never recovered from this particular deployment. However, initial moves ended up working out. So try not to clip your scouts. Try not to get in the way of your fast tanks because you know they're trying to get to specific positions. That doesn't mean sit there and let everybody leave. Move in your direction, and a lot of spawns are big enough that you can kind of move along without worrying about it. But in a situation like that, I just let those guys go. And if they proved that they were not going down that little dip, then I'd have put the accelerator right on. Okay? So I don't want to wait too long, but I knew based on timing in this map that I was going to get here, even by waiting a few seconds to let them get by, I was going to get to the position that I wanted to get to. That's all I've got for today's Q-tip. You guys have a great rest of your afternoon. We will see ya.